Marvel Crisis Protocol. I've been putting it off for a long, long time, thinking, do I get into this? Because I still feel the pain of being burnt by the previous Marvel game that came out, and then the Batman one. I thought, okay, because it got cancelled, didn't it? Many years ago. Is it Night Models? I can't remember the company now. So long ago. There are a couple of videos on here about it. I made some videos on. I did some tutorials for the heroes, as if you look. But yeah, I thought Marvel Crisis Protocol. Do you know what? It's a, I don't know what it is, 32, 35, maybe even 40. It's a slightly larger scale anyway. It's a bigger scale than I'm used to. Would present some new challenges. Well, not really challenges, but I suppose doing painting tutorials for them, for the models, etc. I'd be using bigger brushes, and it might be easier to film, might be harder to film, or it might make no difference at all. I don't know at this stage, but it's something I'd like to do, because it's something which it's another game which in the future I could easily do solo. Yeah, so that's one reason for me to get it, and another reason is I love superheroes and supervillains, and I could come up with all sorts of scenarios for it. Got a little bit of terrain for it already, and even a game mat somewhere which would fit on my gaming table quite easily. So there you go. So that's that. What else? I'm still coming along with my Minkalesque tutorial. I put out a poll recently. See if it's updated to see what type of tutorial you prefer. I asked, did you prefer short, snappy tutorials like they do in Games Workshop? You know, as in, what do you prefer to watch? Longer ones where you get to see everything, or a combination of the two? Overwhelmingly, so far you have 67% of you have voted for longer real-time style, so you get to see everything. Yeah. So for those of you that missed the post I put up, I said, "Hi guys, I'm in the middle of a fairly large tutorial filming process. It could end up in 3 parts, and it's too late to change it now. What would you prefer knowing what I could do with knowing is what types of tutorials you prefer?" So I had 3 options, right? Quick, snappy, Blue Peter style akin to GW's current MO, longer real-time style so you get to see everything, or a combo of the two, but not every single brush stroke. Something slightly longer than the Duncan Rhodes Painting Academy, I guess. And 17% voted quick, snappy. 17% voted combo of the two. But 67% of you have voted for longer real-time style, so you get to see everything. That's pleased me, actually, because I prefer making those. It's just more realistic, isn't it? Not like, oh, here's one I painted earlier off camera. You don't even know if I painted it, do you? I mean, I could have got someone else to paint it, but I'm not. Why would I? But it's just for the fact that I could do. So yeah, so that's a thing. So that's good. So that is hopefully what this one is going to end up as. Minka, she's coming on. I mean, as she stands, she's pretty much one little dry brush and she'd be tabletop ready. But it's not going to happen. We're going to push the limits a bit further here. So yeah, she's going to be a bit more detailed, which is something I wanted to do anyway. So that's good. I'm still working out the sound issues for my new microphone here. I'm waiting for an adapter to arrive, which might even be here today, actually, which is going to enable me basically to connect this microphone to my phone, which uses a different version of the app, which will enable me to play around with the settings a bit better. It's a long story, but and I don't want to bore you with it. But hey, that's okay. Weather here is awful. Raining, overcast, cloudy. I mean, this morning we got up. We take Dylan out every day. Poor man. He was crying not crying. He howls actually, howling to go out. Okay, open the back door. No way, rain just too much. Then, we got to go for our walk. Put his coat on. Put our coats on. He goes out. He sits behind my wife on the porch because it's under the driest place, looking like we're punishing him. Saying, "Come on, we've got to go for a walk. At least do some business. Got to do something." The poor man, he just didn't know what to do. He did not want to go out. He looked like we were punishing him. So, not good. Not good. Not good at all. It looks like my sister is going to be adopting a dog from the same charity we got Dylan, so that's great news. I couldn't be more pleased, especially for her. And the fact that Dylan might get a little cousin, some playmate he can relate to, as it were. They can share war stories from Cyprus, can't they? Swap accounts of who had it worse or whatever. I don't know what they do, but yeah. So we could do that. On the bench here, I've still got my Space Crusade stuff going on at the moment, and I'm going to do probably and on the bench sometime. Oh, yeah, and on the bench sometime to kind of try and move that on a bit. So I've still got all my Blood Angels to get painted up, and decaled as well. I want to put decals on them, so they look the business. So I'm play a game of Space Crusade. They look the part. Do you know what I mean? And of course, I also want to get my Ultramarines painted up as well. Obviously, my test model is coming out okay. He's coming out all right. Looking not too bad at all. So yeah, that's something we'll be doing as well. Yeah. So going back to Marvel Crisis Protocol, then I suppose one of the main channels that I see on YouTube doing MCP content has got to be Aegis Brand Studios. Comfortable here. I'm in all this clobber because I'm so cold. Can't afford to put heating on. I got to use what little money I have for the electric to record my YouTube video. Something falling off the bench. I took my hat off because I, didn't want to look too mental. I kind of looking a little bit mental, but I didn't want to look too mental. I was just crazy. Have another sip of coffee. I had a telephone call with an old friend of mine last night. We're just chatting about old times, etc. Going over stuff. Planning on coming up to visit me before Christmas, see the Christmas lights, etc. Might do that. Gonna throw a couple of dates my way. So if you're watching, I'll await your text. My dog is actually barking, but you might not be able to hear it. Well, you shouldn't be able to hear him on this microphone, with this being a dynamic microphone, being so poised on my voice, you shouldn't be able to hear him, which is a kind of cool feature. Because you don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear me drinking my coffee either, which is another great thing to cut out. So I'm going to have some more. Been thinking a lot about the old days lately. I mean, I always do because I'm a nostalgic person. Period. I'm thinking about the old computers I used to have when I was younger. I've been watching I've got this playlist called Memory Lane. It was a really fantastic playlist. When I do videos for it, I really love making that content, and I'm planning on doing another one next year, probably. That's going to be involved around here, around Seaton, where I used to live, the house where I used to live, the trip I used to take to my old school. Um, yeah, obviously I didn't do a lot of walking, as in distance, back then because I was only small. But it'd be nice to get a video in, I think. I have done videos. I've done videos to my old judo club and things like that. Yeah, so I think I can remember where I used to go to St John's as well. So I might throw that in as well, just to make the video that little bit longer because it will take me past um, the cricket club, where I can relay stories and nostalgia about that too. The only thing that's going to be weird is me walking up there and doing that without Dylan. It's going to be, I would say it would be impossible for me to film if I have him with me at this stage. Maybe not in the future, but I don't want to take any chances. So I'm going to, treat it as a separate time for me to do that. It shouldn't take that long. I wouldn't have thought. So I can do that and then come back and then take him out for a walk. I'm going to worry about the camera and all that kind of gubbins then. I'll probably do voiceover using this microphone here so I can see on my screen, which is in front of me, and voiceover, narrate it, so to speak. I might do the same as I've done before. A little bit of natural sounding, just bleeding in slightly. And but the main sound will be the voice over. If I do it in the summer, you'll probably hear more sounds of nature then, won't you? So that'll be good. I'm intending to film a little bit more of my tutorial. I've got to next stage, I think, do some highlighting on the gun, the bolt gun she's carrying, just a little bit, just to break that up before I go on to the armor bits. The armor bits is what I'm looking forward to. I've got to do a hair and that, and loads of other bits and pieces yet, but I'm looking forward to it. It is going to be a long tutorial, which is why it's going to be in 3 parts, and they're going to be long. But hey, that's great. Good news for me, right? Because that's 3 videos worth of content, and then you can watch part 1 and think, well, yeah, okay, I'd like to see part 2, and so on. I didn't plan it as a 3-part thing, but I think now I know how long it actually takes to do in real time. That's how I'm going to plan it. That's how I'm going to do it. So, like a 3-part series at least for a decent tutorial, or a 4-part series, and that's going to be cool. So, if I do, when I get some Marvel Crisis Protocol, we'll be looking at bigger miniatures and things to paint then. Looking forward to that, and I want to do something, some good detailing on that. Obviously, I'll be needing, if it's a bigger scale, I'll probably be using bigger brushes, because I want to minimize brush strokes, and I'll probably talk about that on the actual tutorials themselves. But yeah, so that's going to be good. Work has been, it's been work. Hasn't been neither one thing or the other really. So yeah, so I can't really update you on my work because of the nature of it, but you probably wouldn't want to know about that anyway. Just suffice to say that, yeah, it's going okay. Like, meh, yeah, that's all you need, isn't it? You just need a, yeah, it's okay. That's all you need to know. So be 3 weeks if all goes well. If all goes to plan, which is looking like it's going. 3 weeks till we help my sister pick up her dog, and it's probably going to be the same service station as we picked up Dylan. I think it's Gordano service station in Bristol, I think. That'll probably be the nearest drop-off point to where we are. Then we'll take him back. We'll leave Dylan at home because it'll be too traumatic anyway for have him in the car as well with another dog. The dog will need comfort and peace and quiet, I would think. And then we'll take him back to hers, and then they can start their bonding process. And yeah, then we'll figure it out from there. So that'll be good. Yeah, it's not long. Be about 3 weeks. Less than a week till we get paid. Yahoo! I can't wait. Got Marvel Crisis Protocol. I was going to go straight in and do the. Do I get Earth's Mightiest Heroes core set or the older core set? And if I'm playing solo, it doesn't really matter if I get the older one. Cards can be updated. So what? Doesn't matter. Doesn't make a difference. The main basics of the game are identical by all accounts. I don't know, so don't burn me if I'm wrong. But if there are any differences, I should think they would be minimal anyway. Like I say, it doesn't matter. If you're playing solo, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter one iota. So yeah, whatever. One question my friend was asking me was like, so when are you guys going to play any of these games? I was like, well, I'm getting prepared for retirement. Probably my year of retirement that I'll get to live after I finish work. And hopefully play them then. I'll have enough games to choose from. And hopefully, in all seriousness, hopefully I'll have enough time to play through all the games I've got. Yeah, and then we can have a good time. So what have I got coming up? Oh, there'll be a P&Q at some point. Christmas P&Q. Christmas P&Q. That will be good. Probably be the last one then until anybody starts sending me more questions, and then it's been a good run. It's been a really good run. That way I can end the year. It's not too bad ending at Christmas. I used to have a end of year one as well, but I just don't have enough questions, I don't think, for that. And a New Year one. We'll see how that goes, but it's not too bad ending the year on a Christmas one, is it? That sees out 2025 nicely then. And then look to the future. See how we go from there. That's good. Having some more coffee. This is good. This is going well. Hopefully this is working out really well, because then I can edit the video. Be a couple things I want to take out, and then I'll just upload it to YouTube. We'll do that tomorrow, I suppose. But yeah, at least I'm gonna download it into my video editing software, so that's good. That is good news. And yeah, okay. So I think we're done. Preparing for. I've been doing a little bit of insulating. Oh, we've got to have some guttering repaired on the front of the house, because it would seem that prior to our moving in here, the gutters weren't always cleaned, although we have them cleaned every year. But because they weren't always cleaned, the build-up has caused the part of the front guttering to bow. Now it's just overflowing with a little bit of build-up in it, which is like, that's not good. That's a bit naughty. So yeah, we've got to get that done. First quote we've had is 1,100 quid so far to replace the front guttering. That's a lot, man. We're gonna get some more quotes. Suffice to say, and the cheapest one will win. So yeah, just to replace some guttering. That's craziness. I was expecting 500 or 600 quid to be truthful. Didn't think it would be that long, that big of a deal. But I never mess, and I still had my ladder. I'd have a crack at doing that myself. I really would. Alas, I can't. I'm kind of at the mercy of other people. But to these other people, to these tradesmen, I'm also at the mercy of my bank balance. So, don't be greedy, eh? That's all I can say for that. Anyway, like they'd be watching my videos, but that's okay. You never know. You just never know in this day and age, do you? You never know. More coffee. I've been clearing paints off of my desk, and I've still got tons and tons of paint. I've still got more paints on my work desk now than I had when I very first started the hobby and I first bought some paints to get going with. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. I do wish my local gaming store would stock Vallejo paints, though. I really do. Item drop, if you're watching, please stock Vallejo paints. That can be game color. You do stock the Fnatic paints, but you only seem to do them in box sets. If you could stock them individually, that would be phenomenal. Thank you. And I would certainly buy them. Yeah. Like I say, been pouring all my heart and soul into the Minka-esque here. And I've got another version of her in the Hell something box set. I don't know, with her commanders and whatever. But yeah, so we're cracking on. We're cracking on now. Yeah, we are cracking on. And I need to crack on with her tutorial. Yeah, it's been an eye opener, this tutorial. But it's been an interesting and pleasant one, I have to say. Now I've got the setup for doing what I want. Makes it so much easier and more pleasant to do. So that's good too. Once I'm done with Space Crusade, or at least my Blood Angels, possibly my Blood Angels and Ultramarines, I'll pack away what I've got. I'm not going to be able to finish them all. I've got so much other stuff to do as well. Got a Hero Quest. Hero Quest. Old and new editions. Yeah, boy. Watch out for those. They'll be coming up in the future as well. Other than that, let me just have a look at the time. 24 minutes, I think it says. I haven't got my glasses on, but then I'd look even more geeky, wouldn't I? So, right. That's the coffee done. That's the video done. That's my chill with Pete for this week. And I'll probably put it up for sometime next week when I'm at work. Yes. Thank you for watching. Do give the video a thumbs up. I can put more content your way. It inspires me to get into the mode because it's hard finding time to do hobby of any kind. Yes, YouTube is hobby, but I also have this painting hobby that I want to get going on. So please, please, please give it a like. Give me a sub if you're not already. And please share it if you can. I would say check out Patreon. But everybody does that. If you want to. If there's a tip jar as well, I believe, if you want to do that. Or just a little bonus. Everybody does that. You grown-ups, if you think I'm worthy of it, then please do. Very much appreciated. If not, please could you see a way to just giving it a thumbs up and a share? Awesome. Always appreciated. And I will see you guys on another video. Remember, all brushes lead to war. Bye for now. Bye-bye.